Los colores. Los colores. Los colores. Azul. 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 Violeta. 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 Naranja. 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 Rosado. 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 Rojo. 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 Amarillo. 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 Verde. 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 Marrón. 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 Blanco. 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 Negro. 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 Gris. 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 Now for the next 3 slides, there will be arrows that point to different colored objects. The objective is for you to state the color the arrows are pointing at, all in Spanish. So let's begin. What color is the fruit on the left? Naranja. Naranja. What color is the fruit on the right? Rojo. Rojo. What color is the pink straw in Spanish? Rosado. What color is the cup? Azul. Azul. This slide with the bags will be the final slide of stating the color in Spanish, before moving on to grammar. What color is this bag? Negro. Negro. And this bag? Amarillo. Amarillo. Now this bag. Verde. Verde. And finally, what color is the bag in the middle? Blanco. Blanco. Both languages have different grammars when talking about objects' colors. In English, the color comes before the noun. For example, the green dress, whereas in Spanish, the noun comes before the color. For example, the dress green, which in Spanish would be el vestido verde. El means the, vestido means dress, verde means green. We will now use a different example. What about this bus? What would be the correct way to say the yellow bus in Spanish? El autobús amarillo. As you can see, the, which is el, comes first. Then, in Spanish, the noun follows, which in this case is autobús for bus. And finally, the color is at the end, which is amarillo for yellow. Using English grammar, it would be the yellow bus. but in Spanish, it is in the order the bus yellow. El autobús amarillo. The noun first, the color second. What about the shoe? How do you say the red shoe? Remember, in English it is the red shoe, whereas in Spanish you switch the noun and the color the other way around to be like the shoe red. The noun is el zapato and the color is rojo. So it will be el zapato rojo. El zapato rojo. What about this flower? We know in English it will be the red flower. We switch the flower and red around to get the flower red. The noun is la flor. The color is rojo. So the answer is la flor roja. La flor roja. Remember how in the previous slide it was el zapato rojo? And here it is roja instead of rojo. That is because shoe in Spanish is a masculine word, as reiterated by el, and flower in Spanish is a feminine word, as reiterated by la. And so, rojo remains to have an O at the end of the word when it is describing the color of the shoe, el zapato rojo, whereas the O changes to an A when describing the color of the flower, changing it to roja. Since English does not have this rule of changing the endings of colors based on the word's gender, then this might be a little confusing, so here are more examples. El tren blanco, the white train. La casa blanca, the White House. Tren is a masculine word, which we know because it has el at the front, and casa is a feminine word, since it has la at the front. Since tren is masculine, the O stays at the end, whereas since casa is feminine, the O changes to an A. El árbol amarillo. La flor amarilla. The same rule applies, where if it is a masculine word, which árbol is, then the O stays the same, whereas if the word is feminine, the O changes to an A, leaving it from amarillo to amarilla. El gorro rojo. La bufanda roja. The same rules apply. Rojo is rojo when describing the hat, whereas it becomes roja when describing the scarf. El sofá negro. La cama negra. So what about this chair? How do you say the yellow chair in Spanish? Again, we know that the noun and the color are switched around, turning it from the yellow chair in English to the chair yellow in Spanish. The noun is la silla, and the color is amarillo. However, Since sia is feminine, as per the la at the beginning, the O changes to an A to reflect this. So amarillo becomes amarilla. So the answer is la silla amarilla. La silla amarilla. The final example for this video will be these white chairs. First, think of the grammar rules. Then think what the words are in Spanish. This example is the first plural example I have shown. La becomes las. Since the words silla and blanco end in a vowel, only an S is added. So the answer is las sillas blancas. Las sillas blancas. Here are more plural examples. Remember, el becomes los and la becomes las. El tren blanco becomes los trenes blancos. Since tren ends in a consonant, this means that an E and an S will be added to tren, and an S is added to blanco. La flor amarilla, las flores amarillas. Like previously, add an E and an S if the noun ends in a consonant as shown, and only an S after the color. El gorro rojo. Los gorros rojos. Since gorro ends in a vowel, only an S needs to be added after it, as well as an S after rojo. And finally, la cama negra, las camas negras. Only an S needs to be added due to cama ending in a vowel, and the color always ends in an S when it is plural.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to complete the related exercises to practice, you can get them in the link in the description.